Hi there! I'm Sprinkles, Santa Claus's special elf. Because everything is special with sprinkles. Santa Claus knows you're special too, and he has something to say to you. So listen close as Santa Claus shares holiday cheer with you. You can leave a special message for Santa Claus and get on the nice list at www.santaclaussays.net. Now here is the big man himself, Santa Claus!
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas to all the boys and girls of the world. Santa Claus here with SantaClausSays.net, saying Santa Claus says to be good for goodness sakes. Santa Claus says is here every day during the Christmas season of 2025 to give you, the children of the world, three things. Number one is we bring good cheer. Sprinkles helps us to do that, and we tell some jokes. It's the second thing we do. Number two is that we read a wonderful adventure story where Santa Claus is a substitute teacher, giving some important lessons. And the third thing we do is we read letters to Santa. So we do all of those things, and we have a lot of fun together. You can find Santa Claus Says every night on the live stream on YouTube at 8 o'clock p.m. Santa Claus Says, youtube.com, Santa Claus Says. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com, Santa Claus Says. You can also find us on podcasts on Apple Podcasts, again, Apple Podcasts, Santa Claus Says, and on Spotify, Santa Claus Says. You can do all those things, and you can find everything you want at SantaClausSays.net. That is the place where you can leave me a voicemail or an email or a text message with any of your Christmas wishes and anything else you want to share with Santa, and I will write you back. It's also the place, SantaClausSays.net, where you can get our free Santa Claus Says coloring book, and you can download that right there. A little later on in the program, we're going to be sharing a little bit more about our word for the day. Our word for the day is to celebrate life. Celebrate life during the Christmas season, and we do so by decorating our Santa Claus Says calendar Christmas tree, where we put an ornament that represents celebrate life for each day during the Christmas season leading up to Christmas. And that is what we do, and we have a lot of fun together doing all of these things. Well, there's the Glockenspiel, boys and girls, and that means it's time for Santa's jokes of the day. So here we go. What's Santa's least favorite room? The living room, because he prefers the chimney. Number one, why did the wrapping paper go to school? To become more gifted. Well, we like to have fun here at Santa Claus Says. If you'd like to send me a joke, you can do so at SantaClausSays.net, and who knows, I might read your joke right here on the show. Well, boys and girls, it's now time for our Santa Claus Says feature, Christmas Around the World. Today we're talking about the place we're exploring is Russia, Christmas in Russia. In Russia, Christmas is celebrated every January 7th, following the Orthodox calendar, and children wait for Ded Moroz, or Grandfather Frost, who brings gifts with his granddaughter, Segorka, the Snow Maiden. Many families attend church and light candles. On Christmas Eve, people enjoy a special meal with 12 dishes, one for each apostle. Russian homes might be decorated with fir branches and beautiful ornaments. Sledding, singing, and snowy fun make Christmas magical in Russia. The Glockenspiel, boys and girls, means it's now time for our special story of the day, and from Santa's special lesson. Remember, you can, if you missed any of our story, you can go back to prior episodes of Santa Claus Says and get caught up. But right now we're on chapter 14 of our story, which is called The Story of Kindness. And today's story or chapter is titled The Completed Puzzle. Let's begin. Thursday morning arrived with anticipation. Today they would assemble the community puzzle, and the students rushed to the table where the dried pieces waited. Before we put this together, Mr. Winter said, I want each of you to present your piece to the class. Tell us what you drew and why. One by one, the students shared their pieces of the puzzle. Marcus exclaimed that he drew a microphone because music made him happy, and he hoped to be brave enough to sing at the school talent show. Riley shared that she drew books because reading took her to magical places. When Emma's turn came, she spoke more clearly than she had all week. I drew Mr. Whiskers and books because they're my favorite parts of our classroom. Animals don't judge you, and books are friends you can always count on. She paused, then added softly, but this week I learned that people can be good friends too. Several students smiled at her, and Sophia said, I'm glad you're part of our class, Emma. Now, Mr. Winters announced, let's build the puzzle together. Everyone will place their own piece. He arranged the interlocking edges so the puzzle would come together smoothly. As students took turns placing their pieces, the image emerged, a vibrant, diverse, beautiful collage representing their classroom. Notice something important Mr. Winters said when he finished? Every single piece is unique. No two are alike, but together they create something more beautiful than any piece could be alone. That's what community means. Your differences don't divide you, they strengthen you. He pointed to various sections. Emma's piece connects to Sophia's piece, which connects to Marcus's piece. You're all linked together. You're all a part of the same picture. When one piece is missing, there is a gap. But now that everyone has contributed, the picture is complete. The children stared at their creation with pride and wonder. They'd made something meaningful together, something that literally couldn't exist with every single one of them. I'd like to hang this on our classroom as a reminder of this week and what we've learned about community, kindness, and belonging. Every time you look at it, remember that you matter. Your piece is essential, and so is everyone else's. Hannah raised her hand. Mr. Winters, can we sign our names on the back of our pieces so we can always remember which one was ours? That's a wonderful idea, Mr. Winters agreed. As students carefully signed their names, Mr. Winters noticed Emma standing beside Sophia, both girls admiring the completed puzzle. Sophia was pointing out where their pieces connected, and Emma was smiling, genuinely smiling, in a way she probably hadn't at school in months. Mr. Winters hung the puzzle on the wall where everyone could see it, and it would stay there long after he was gone, a tangible reminder of this transformative week. Well, that's the Glockenspiel, boys and girls, which means it's the end of our story. But I want you to remember to tune in again to our story again tomorrow when we come together, and we'll have another chapter in our story about the lessons on kindness. Well, it's time now, boys and girls, for our letter to Santa, and our letter is from Chloe, who's 7 years old. Dear Santa, hi, it's Chloe. I'm 7 years old, and Christmas is my favorite time of year. This year, I tried hard to be kind, even when it was tough. I helped my friend at school when she was sad. For Christmas, I wish for a journal to write my stories in, and maybe some colored pens. I also hope everyone has a happy holiday, and even people who don't get presents. Thank you for making Christmas magical. Love, Chloe. Oh, Chloe, what some wonderful, wonderful sentiments of there. We hope that everybody has a good Christmas, and for the magic of Christmas. Thank you for sharing that, Chloe. And Santa Claus is going to keep in mind what you asked for Christmas about the journal and the colored pens. Remember, Santa Claus specializes in surprises. I want you to remember, though, that Santa Claus loves hot cocoa and cookies and maybe some carrots for the reindeer. That would be wonderful. I also want you to know that you can always send Santa Claus a message with your Christmas wishes. You can do it by email or voicemail or text. You can do it all at santaclaussays.net. That's also where you can get the coloring book, and that's also where you can learn more about our stories and all the things that we offer here on this wonderful Christmas season. There's the Glockenspiel, boys and girls. It's time for us now to celebrate, to lift up our word of the day, which is to celebrate life. And so we would like to decorate our Christmas tree with another one of our ornaments, which is shaped like a star, to celebrate life. And so we put it here on day 15, because we are now 15 days from Christmas. And we decorate our Christmas tree calendar and get ready for Christmas to come. You need to help us every day to get ready for the countdown to Christmas. That is what we are all about here at Santa Claus Says, to do the good things. So our word for the day is to celebrate life. The glockenspiel, boys and girls, means it's just about time for Santa Claus Says to say goodbye for this episode. Santa Claus is very busy, a lot of work to do. We got to get ready for Christmas Eve, which is coming before you know it. We did want you to know that we have 2 very special episodes of Santa Claus Says, which do come up before you know it as well. We are here every day at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time with our Santa Claus Says live stream. And we also have our shows on Facebook and on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. But I want you to know we have 2 special episodes. One of them is Christmas Eve, where we come together and we share the story the night before Christmas. Many of you know the story. The night before Christmas and all through the house is how it starts. And we read that wonderful story about the night before Christmas on Christmas Eve. Then on Christmas Day in the morning, we have another live stream where we read the Nativity story. That is the first Christmas, and we read the story about the birth of Jesus from the Bible. So please be here for all of those things. It is time now. The glockenspiel means it's time for us to say goodbye for this episode of Santa Claus Says. Santa Claus loves you so very, very much. I want to hear from you. Reach out to me at santaclaussays.net, and we'll see you real soon. Until next time, boys and girls, remember that Santa Claus says to be good for goodness sakes. Goodbye. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Goodbye. We'll see you next time.
You're special to Santa Claus, just like sprinkles. Get on Santa's nice list at santaclaussays.net and watch Santa Claus Says live on YouTube. Tell him Sprinkles sent you.